team fouls. Jaylen Brown back in, lost the ball. Anunoby all by himself throws it down. And Tatum is hurt. Tatum is down. He wants a timeout. Tatum in so much pain. And the Celtics call timeout, grabbing that right ankle.
Yo, YouTube, what's up with y'all, man? It's your boy Q. Back at y'all with another video, man. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. The Boston Celtics season just ended 4-2 against the New York Knicks. As soon as Tatum got hurt, he went down with an Achilles 2 games before. Now, the Celtics were able to pull off a win without Tatum, you know, on the back of Derek White and Jaylen Brown. But this game 6 it was? Game 6, the New York Knicks were just too much for the Boston Celtics to handle without Jayson Tatum. So now that their season is over, you know, I wanted to talk about what the future may look like for Boston, you know. As you guys know that they kind of had thrown a whole bunch of eggs into one basket when it came to paying guys and being able to construct the team that they have. You know, you got guys like Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Pritchard, Horford, Porzingis, you name it. The Boston Celtics paid them. Everybody got paid, you know, and now, I mean, we kind of already knew this, you know, but now it's time for the Boston Celtics to kind of look at they pocketbook right now, because they bills pretty high, you know, especially considering the fact that they were not able to win the championship this year. They weren't even able to make it to the Eastern Conferences, the Eastern Conference Finals this year. So you can assume that they won't be able to afford the contracts that they have on the team at the moment. You know, you got guys like Drew Holiday making $30 million a year, and he's 34 years old. Tatum's already on a 300+ contract, so is Jaylen Brown. You know, now I'm going to go off a limb and say, if I'm the Boston Celtics, I'm looking to trade Porzingis, and I'm looking to move Drew Holiday. Now, Drew Holiday is still a very, very good player, but I've heard rumors saying that there's a lot of contending teams that are interested in Drew Holiday's services, and right now the Boston Celtics don't really have a lot of assets for real. You know, they don't really have a lot of draft capital at the moment, and they're strapped for cash. Okay, so in order for them to be able to recoup some assets back, they're going to have to get rid of some key pieces. And I think Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis might be the first dominoes to fall. You know, Porzingis, throughout the entire playoffs, I guess he was dealing with some type of illness. There's rumors going around saying that the man has AIDS. I don't necessarily know how true that is, so I'm not going to run with that narrative, but that shit would be kind of crazy, though. But the man was playing like 12 minutes a game in the series. He had a terrible playoff run. Now, don't get me wrong, Kristaps Porzingis was very, very pivotal in the Boston Celtics championship run last season. But this year, this man was a complete no-show. He didn't show up at all. Don't know where the hell was Porzingis, man. But if I'm the Boston Celtics, I'm looking to move him. Now, Al Horford is a tricky one because there's rumors saying that Al Horford might retire at the end of the season. So I'm not really sure what the Boston Celtics are going to do with Al Horford. But if Al Horford does want to play another year with the Boston Celtics, if I'm Danny Ainge and them boys and Brad Stevens, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick Al Horford back up. He just fits great with what the Boston Celtics are doing and want to do. Still an okay defender, and he can, you know, knock down a couple of threes for you, you know, from time to time. So it's not a bad player to have around, especially if you're gonna get rid of Kristaps Porzingis, you know. So I think that the Boston Celtics may look to keep Al Horford. Now, Derek White, I think Derek White is here to stay. Derek White has proven his worth year in and year out. Especially during these playoffs, man, the dude was dropping 30 balls, 20 balls, 50. Nah, nah. I mean, let me stop. He was dropping. He was getting it in. Let's just say that. Now, Jaylen Brown is an interesting one. You know, he didn't really have the best playoff series. You know, he was hurt. I think majority of the time I think he was hurt against the Magic, and he was hurt a little bit against the Knicks. So he had a weird playoff run this year. But Jaylen Brown is still a very, very valuable piece to what the Boston Celtics are doing. But I could definitely see the Boston Celtics looking to move Jaylen Brown as well, especially considering the fact that Jayson Tatum is not going to be there next year. So ultimately, what you're looking at for 2026 Boston Celtics is probably going to be a lost season. You know, they're not going to have enough pieces to be able to contend for a championship. You know, so I could definitely see them moving Jaylen Brown. You know, what would a Jaylen Brown trade look like? I could definitely see them getting at least 4 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown and a couple of good players, because his salary is very, very high, and that contract is hefty. And any team that's willing to take on that contract is going to have to be willing to give up some assets to get Jaylen Brown, you know. So, yeah, man, the Celtics have a couple of options here, you know, as far as the free agency and everything goes. I'm just interested to see what they're going to do, man, because the injury couldn't have came at a worse time, you know. Don't get me wrong, the Boston Celtics were still probably not going to win the series because, I don't know, something different about this New York Knicks squad this year, man. Something very different, man. There's something in that air in New York right now, bro. But yeah, the Boston Celtics are going to have a lot of tough decisions to make this offseason. I'm interested to see what they do. You know, they're a very smart organization. They're very well ran, you know, so I doubt that they're gonna fall off to the degree that a lot of people assume. I could definitely see them finishing top 5, at least 5th to 6th seed in the East next season, you know. But as of right now, because of the Tatum injury, the Eastern Conference is wide open. You know, we don't really know what the Cleveland Cavaliers are at the moment. You know, they had a very, very good series against the Miami Heat. But after the Miami Heat series, they kind of just fell off against the Indiana Pacers, and I still don't really buy into the Pacers hype all too much, you know. But what other teams is out there? The Celtics is hurt. The Sixers, I don't even care about the Sixers. So yeah, man, the Knicks, I don't know if the Knicks are gonna be as good next year as they are this year, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But there's a lot of moving pieces right now when it comes to the Eastern Conference, man. So it's going to be wide open next year, man. I can't wait to see it, man. But that's pretty much all I have for y'all, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. And I'm out. And let me know what y'all think about the Jayson Tatum injury, man. How do you think it's going to affect the Boston Celtics next season? And do you see the Boston Celtics being a championship contender next year without Jayson Tatum? I sure as hell don't, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out. Peace.